Okay, well that fucking hurt.
What happened?
I just hit my foot.
Oh, okay. I was making sure I didn't run over your foot. That would be terrible.
No. Nope. But you know what? It's okay. You know why?
Because
it's Friday.
And we're live.
And the shot's still off, but it was not as bad as it was about five seconds ago. It was not white balanced correctly. Anyways, hey everybody, how's it going? I'm gonna keep doing this full screen thing for a minute.
Full screen.
Oh yeah, hold on. Looking at my foot. I didn't cut it, so that's good. I just ran over my foot. Well, ran into the heel of my foot with my chair.
Aren't feet injuries just the worst?
Feet injuries are the worst, but you know it's not? This lower third. It's better than the old one that I used to have. It is a lower third for WildDinosaur.com, which, you know what, is the best place to support the channel if you like what's going on here.
You like a cat on the back of your chair?
Yeah, you like the cat? He's just kicking it. Oh, yeah, I forgot to move this light. That's why. That was another thing. Hold on one second before I do my commercial. Ugh. You can vamp if you want, Pat.
Well, you know what? It is Friday, and I'm happy because I don't have to work for the next couple days. Can we get a victory on that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Friday. Well, anyways, as I was saying before, I had to fix the lighting because I was doing some photography stuff the last couple of days, so I had to move some stuff around. Check out WildDinosaur.com. It's the best place to support the channel. We got cool stuff there like this tote bag. This is a tote bag. You can put stuff in it. Kat, you want to get in here?
Finley.
Hey, Finley, you want to get in the tote bag? Show him how durable it is?
Here, hop in.
He probably doesn't want to. That's okay. We don't have to force him.
You can cart your pet around. You can take your groceries to and from the car.
Anyways, they're great, and you get color options in the handles. I think there's like yellow, red, and black. Yellow
looks great with that one.
Yeah, there's some other ones that look great. I'll keep that right there in the background. What else is there? I'll have some updates next week on some website stuff. Finley, you're just no. You're not allowed on this chair because you can't fit. You literally can't.
Sorry, some technical cat difficulties here.
I need to make a technical difficulties like graphic and just make it Finley like trying to operate a camera or something like that.
Ooh, we just lost the noise right there. That was nice.
No, this was the heater, you mean?
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, we lost the noise. You mean the heat that just turned off in the middle of a storm. Cool.
Yeah, it's storming out there. I think
it's a wet one out there, folks.
Not only that, there were some blizzard warnings for parts of Southern California, which doesn't happen very frequently.
Here, scoot in here.
If anybody knows anything about Southern California,
yeah,
you know that it doesn't snow very often. And
first blizzard warning for East LA and East Ventura counties since like 1989. I think I read something like that, which to me doesn't seem that long ago because I'm old as fuck. So
we were trying to figure out the last time it snowed in Ventura County, which I'm sure it wasn't that long. Like probably like Simi, what is that in Rocky Peak? Like that probably gets snow, every 10 years or so.
I do know that it snowed in Ventura in 1950 because my dad has pictures of him when he's 3 years old in snow gear in his front yard, which is not far from Ventura High School. Like he was close to the beach.
Wow.
So like that, I know it snowed in 1950 there. Yeah, crazy stuff. Crazy stuff.
I certainly don't consider something like Frazier Park. Like, that's obviously not Ventura County. I don't know why asking the question, when's the last time it snowed in Ventura County? It's like, it snowed in Frazier Park. That's not Ventura County. That's the FP.
The FP? I'm pretty sure it is Ventura County.
Frazier Park?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's Ventura County.
I think it's L.A. County, but I could be wrong. That's like Angeles National Forest area.
Yeah, but I mean, Ventura County goes pretty deep east, it might
up on that side by Ojai.
Yeah, I mean, the last time I went to Fraser Park was through Ojai.
Yeah, that's one way to get there.
Yeah, because we're bougie fucks. We spend a lot of time in Ojai.
Fraser Park is a cool spot, though.
Kenny G is Pat's uncle.
I wish. It's Adam's dad.
Wait, is it Kenny G? No, it's Kenny Loggins that lives that I knew of that lived in Ojai.
Kenny G lives in L.A. somewhere.
My
dad's played golf. My dad's played golf with Kenny G before.
Your dad has played sax with Kenny G.
My dad played trumpet, actually. I heard he was pretty good. From him, so take that as you will.
Well, from a guy who's played electric guitar and trumpet and doesn't know what a theremin is.
I mean, that makes sense. You probably just never seen one.
It baffles me. How did you think the Star Trek theme was made?
I don't know if he ever really thought about it. I mean, he loves the show.
Does he love Jon Does? He should. His son is on it.
Yeah, you.
Kurt, you owe child support retroactively.
So what we got going on today?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just going to hang out. Oh, I keep forgetting to tell people this story. I told you this, I think. And when I told you I was going to maybe bring it up again, you're like, okay.
Yeah.
I was out celebrating my sister's birthday a couple weeks ago. And I went to a restaurant in Agora Hills. And I had not one, but 3 celebrity sightings in one spot. It was kind of crazy. I mean, Southern California, you're not guaranteed to like run into celebrities in Southern California, but there's a high probability you'll probably run into somebody. And it's even more so now that there's like the whole YouTube generation, because like I was talking about this with my mom, like there was probably some like millionaire YouTubers in there too, and I had just didn't know who they were. But there was 3 well-known celebrities. One of them was a musician at this restaurant. I don't want to say the name of the restaurant because I want to go back. I want it to be my celebrity spot. This is where I go every week, every Sunday, just to like get away from the world and have a little
brunch,
little cappuccino, little crappuccino. No, but it is in Agora Hills, and we walked in, and we were looking for the people we were meeting there, and we walked to the back of the restaurant, as you do sometimes when you're meeting people, to see if they're sitting in the back section or something. So we walked back there, nobody was there, so we walked back to the front, and my mom looks at me and she says, did you see who that was? And I was like, no, I didn't. She was like, go back and look. So my stepdad's still like back a little bit, and he's kind of like standing there like not knowing what to do. And I was like, hey, I walked over to him so I could like look around this corner that my mom told me to look around. And sure enough, sitting around this corner was Captain Tiger Blood himself, good old Charlie Sheen, sitting right there at the corner. I didn't interrupt him at all.
Carlos?
Yeah. Sitting there with a beautiful young woman.
His daughter. Maybe. I don't know. Who knows?
I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. I don't know what his daughters look like or his kids, because he has some kids.
Yeah.
Right?
I think he has a daughter that's like I think she's like 18, 19 with Denise Richards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I knew he had at least one kid.
I think he has 2. Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, as we're walking back, I saw him, and I grabbed my stepdad, and we turned around, and we went back up to the front to go wait for the rest of our party and to tell them that, like, oh, they're not here, so can we get a table? And so we were waiting there, and as we're waiting, an older gentleman's like walking right towards me, and I didn't even notice him. I just walked right past him, and my stepdad was like, did you see who that was? And I was like, no, I didn't. It was Martin Sheen, Charlie Sheen's dad.
Makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, it totally makes sense. They were having lunch, I guess, together. And yeah, so as we went to our table in the back, where we ended up seating, and we were like, "Well, that's kind of crazy, father son, you never know what their relationships are, you know, in these families. So you don't always expect to, like, oh, it's Charlie Sheen. Where's Emilio Estevez? You know?
Yeah, I was going to say, it is a shame you didn't see Emilio Estevez. He's definitely the coolest one.
I might have actually been like, yo, what's up, Gordon Bombay?
Coach Bombay.
Coach Bombay.
You should remember me. I was on the team.
So yeah, I saw Charlie Sheen and Martin Sheen. They were up in the front, and so we go and we're sitting at our table, we're eating, and this a little bit of time goes by, and then in the room adjacent to us, there's a new like family that comes in to sit down. I'm just kind of looking at them like, oh, this looks like a really like cool young family, and I like. I don't know. I'd probably not to say I'm like staring at these people or anything like that, but I was just kind of like, there was a lot of things going on, so I was just kind of like paying attention to the room, the ambience, and like all of the conversations going on. There was a lot of stuff going on, so I'm like looking at these people, and then I keep looking over this way, and I'm like. I had this thought about the woman sitting there. I was like, oh, that's a really cool, it was like a jacket or beanie or something. I was like, that's a really cool, I think it was a beanie. I was like, that's a really cool beanie. And then I was like looking at her and I was like, oh man, that's Alanis Morissette. It was crazy. It was
ironic.
It was ironic, don't you think? Tonight, Pat and I were gonna get married, and it's raining.
What? This is news to me.
It's like rain on your wedding day.
Oh, right. It's a free ride.
Come on, Pat. Get on board. No, anyways.
I don't like that next line, though. It's a free ride when you've already paid. Well, if it's free, then why did you pay?
Then it's not free anymore because you've paid.
Yeah. Why did you pay?
I don't understand that either.
Or was there an option for a free ride, but you already paid, and you're like, damn it, I paid. I guess that's it.
Can you get a refund?
I don't know. And also,
I'll take it and store credit.
I remember people are like, that's not what irony is. It's like, yeah, but it's just a song.
What is this BS stream? Derpy's mad I'm not talking about movies today. Oh, what's up, dude? No, there's some news. There's some news. There's no free Dino chicken nuggies. Yeah, correct. I was gonna say there are, but I did buy them. I was gonna say I could make some. They're not dino shaped though. Mm. I could take a bite out of each one, and then they'd be dino shaped. Because they would have dino bite marks out of them.
There you go.
You're not feeling this episode today, are you?
I'm feeling it for sure. Yeah, we're talking about dino chicken nuggets.
Yeah, well, get involved.
Get involved or get lost.
Cringe.
We don't get cringe. We don't do cringe.
We're too old for cringe.
Yeah, we just don't. There's really nothing that makes us, maybe it's cringe for everybody else, but for us, nah, no cringe.
Are you just mad that I got to hang out with Alanis Morissette?
Am I?
No, Derpy. How we feeling, fellas? Oh, I'm great. It's Friday. Pat doesn't have to work anymore this week.
Yeah,
he's off, so he's great.
Exactly. I'm doing as well as somebody could after a 50-hour work week.
I don't calculate my time in the same capacity because I don't work for a corporation, but I have done a lot of work this week as well.
You do work for a corporation, though. Wild Dino Corp. Wild Dino Corp.
No, you misheard that. That's Wild Dino Porn.
Dino
Drunk Dino vibes? No, I don't drink. That's the thing. I don't drink anymore. I used to drink. I was gonna say I used to drink a lot. That makes me sound like a alcoholic. I've never had alcoholic tendencies, but yeah, I don't drink anymore. What I do though is consume a lot of marijuana. Oh man, you probably saw the title, didn't you, Pat?
Oh no, I didn't see the title.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I didn't notice because I don't care.
Yeah, I know you don't care. I know you don't care. But this is gonna be it's gonna be something. I hope this is something that you want to talk about more because it's something we did already do a show on.
Cool.
There's a follow-up. Past that, well, I think you're in a state where it's illegal. No, I think it's just became recreational recently, right?
More states need to approve. It should just be federal. I mean, I'm surprised it hasn't yet.
I'm not surprised, but it will, I think, in the next 5 to 10 years. There's just too much money involved.
Yeah, I mean, it took a while for it even to get passed in California.
Yeah, and I mean, there's still arguments about it here in California too, because
it's not going so well.
Well, they started off they started off failing already. The amount of licensing and permits that you need to start a cannabis company are so insane that it's not viable for a lot of businesses to start off being cannabis companies. And so that's why when you hear about like new cannabis companies, it's usually like a minor celebrity or somebody that already has like a lot of money to invest in something like that. You can't just be like, you and I couldn't just be like, hey, we're going to start a cannabis company or a dispensary or something like that. 'Cause it's like easily $1 million for property rentals, or it depends on if you buy or rent property. And then, yeah, there's all of the various permits. You have to have a permit for delivery. You have to have a retailer permit. You have to have I can't remember. It's been a couple years since I've worked in the industry. There's just a bunch of stuff that you have to pay taxes on. And it's just too high. Like there's an excise tax. So when you buy alcohol, there's an excise tax on alcohol. There's sales tax usually, and then an excise tax. And cannabis has sales tax, excise tax, county and state tax on top of it. So it's like, and the excise tax is like 12%, something like that. What's Derpy saying? It's more for medication purposes, fair use. Yeah, gotcha.
So maybe it's not.
It's not recreational.
Yeah.
Yo, get in the frame, dude.
I'm in the frame.
No, you're covered up, but you can't see. You're covered up by Derpy's beautiful poetry. Get in here.
Medicine, not meditation. That's a haiku right there.
Medicine, not meditation. Well, it depends. It can be both. It can be both.
Yeah. I don't think anybody's going to argue against that. At this point, I think there's been enough independent research.
From who?
Users of all shapes and sizes.
I can tell you from from 25 plus years of individual research. Sometimes smoking weed is not helpful, and that's only sometimes. Very few moments of my day.
Just pause.
Just pause.
All right, maybe a little cringe. No, I'm just kidding. Well, again, we don't do cringe. We don't do cringe here on the program.
Dino, is it you, Wario? Yeah, I've been living my best. See, I sometimes like morph. Sometimes I'm more Luigi. Sometimes I'm more Wario. Sometimes I'm a little Waluigi.
Yeah, Waluigi's such a batshit character. What did we find? Like, where's Waluigi even from? He just like showed up one day. I think they had him on like Mario Golf or something. You know, like one of those offshoots.
Oh,
initially.
I thought you were like actually talking about like getting like into like, where is he from? He's from like a mirror universe.
He might be. Yeah,
it's the multiverse.
They brought him in they brought him in as a villain. You know, obviously, Mario has Wario, so Luigi needed somebody. They just threw a purple cap on him.
It's me, a dinosaur. Cringe. That was cringe. That was totally cringe.
It wasn't.
I'm just not funny. Oh, man.
All right, so what we got? We got some new news or Commercials?
No, not yet. We're just hanging out still. We probably got another 10 minutes of this.
Perfect.
And then we'll do commercial. I forgot to load in a graphic because while we're here, Derpy or anybody else listening, I think there's a couple of people. I don't know. Whatever. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for joining us. Next week, I don't have Monday shows anymore, so I'm only doing Wednesday and Fridays again. And Wednesday's a big episode. We have the release of our final New Pants record, and we're going to do a listening party for it on Wednesday. And I may or may not have something, a couple other things to present next week as well. So, or on that show. So stay tuned because there's some cool stuff coming. And music.
Everybody likes music.
Yeah. You want to help me pitch New Pants?
If you don't, you might be Donald Trump.
Ooh.
I heard that he just like
doesn't wear pants at all.
He doesn't. Who was it from? I think it was Penn Jillette, who was on Celebrity Apprentice. Got to know Trump. He was like, I've never seen anybody where like music is playing and they're not like moving or doing something rhythmic.
Yeah.
Except for him. And also I don't think I've ever really heard him laugh. Not a real laugh, at least.
The near Chris Pratt that's forced by Nintendo to speak as an Italian plumber with white man voice totally makes sense. Nintendo, yay, still no Ocarina of Time remake with modern graphics, woo.
That's a pretty big ask. Nintendo generally doesn't do what the fans want.
Yeah, fair enough. You know what? I'll take the fact that I'm getting a sequel to Breath of the Wild. That's the only video game I'm actually really excited about. I know Jedi Survivor's coming out. I still haven't played Fallen Order.
Man, remakes are tough. That's a tough subject. Like for years we wanted a remake of Final Fantasy VII, and then finally Sony gave it, and it was like part of the story. Well, although it was really cool.
The last two like Zelda games that I think were remade were they did the Skyward Sword remastered, and then they did a Link to the Link's Awakening.
Oh right, yeah,
Switch.
they did that. That's true. Yeah.
Which Link's Awakening was the first Zelda game I ever played and beat, and so I always have a soft spot in my heart for that one. So I did buy it when it came out on Switch, and it was fine.
Remember back in the day with GameCube, I had a remake. They did a remake of Metal Gear Solid, the original Metal Gear Solid that was on PS1, and they just like called it. I think it was Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes, and that was awesome. That remake because it was like Metal Gear Solid 1 with Metal Gear Solid 2 graphics, pretty much. I was pretty pumped on that.
I was just thinking about Derpy's comment. If at the rate that they're going, the remakes, we're not going to get an Ocarina of Time remake to like 2 more systems. What's he saying?
Yeah. That's true, yeah. I would think it would break the internet harder than FF7. Because, I don't know, just that game seems to be, well, I don't know about more universally beloved than Final Fantasy VII, because that was...
Yeah, I don't know.
It was a big game for its time.
I'm not the biggest gamer. Like, I don't immerse myself in the culture so much. I like video games, so I'll play some of them. And within the Zelda lore, like Ocarina of Time, people are still like, I know people that are like, that's better than Breath of the Wild. I think it's a little crazy. I mean, up until Breath of the Wild, it was my favorite Zelda game. I have missed 1 or 2 in the middle there, but it's still regarded as one of the best. But compared to Final Fantasy VII, I don't know, because I was never personally that big into the Final Fantasy games. I had like 1 or 2. Do you remember which one it was that I had?
You had that.
I had one for Game Boy.
Yeah, that wasn't like other Final Fantasy games. It was more like a Zelda type.
I think it was called Final Fantasy Adventure.
Yeah, I still have it.
Do you?
Yeah.
Nice. I got to one point, and there's like birds. What are they, like choo-choos or something? No, it's a Zelda thing.
Chocobo.
Chocobo, yeah. There's the bird thing, and I got to a point where like I didn't know what to do, and I just gave up. There are story things they need to do to change in Ocarina of Time because of the time period in which and why I think it's necessary for a remake. What do you mean? Like, what kinds of story changes?
So I would love to see an update. Yeah, I mean they could definitely get more in depth with the story.
Yeah, I'm curious because I hadn't really thought about like what kind of story points they would change. I would just imagine it would just be a graphics update if they did something like how they did Link's Awakening.
Was the story like 100%?
This is exactly the same
All
game.
the dialogue and everything.
As far as I know, yeah. I mean, I couldn't tell you word for word the dialogue, but I mean, I did beat that game like 4 or 5 times, but that was still within the context of the 90s. So, yeah, I don't know. The fairy stuff.
I'm not too familiar with the game.
I might be forgetting. Is what fairy stuff? Huh. I might need a refresh. I actually have been playing a little bit. If you guys have been paying attention to or watching some of the episodes, when I talk about games, they're usually like the big open world games where you spend hundreds of hours running around. And I wanted to play something, but I didn't want to like get super invested, so I started playing Link to the Past. Again,
that's my favorite for nostalgia reasons.
It's a good one. It's a really good one.
Yeah, I love that game.
Yeah, I'm still trying to remember what the fairy stuff was in Ocarina of Time. The Great Fairy. Was she like? Man, I'm sorry. It's just been a really long time. I don't fully remember. Maybe she's like over sexualized. I guess all of the great fairies in most of the games are like kind of over sexualized. In Breath of the Wild, you find these like giant, like I don't even know how to describe them. They're like these giant plant things, and you have to give them money to open them up. And it's this giant fairy who like will upgrade your armor, or clothes, or whatever. And yeah, she just like when she pops out because it's like a cup that kind of looks vagina-ish. And then it's water, so she pops out of the water, and she's always like, ah! And it's just like skimpy tops and stuff like that, big giant boobs flopping around. Yeah, that's why. So over sexualization of the fairies. Yeah, no, okay, yeah, I could get behind some of that kind of stuff. I mean, I was gonna say if there's like massive story changes, I don't know why you do a remake and do massive story changes, but stuff like that, yeah, I could get behind. Just like keeping up with the times.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I don't know. I've been in Zelda mode for the last couple of weeks. Like,
you're ready for that new game to drop
in May.
What's the subtitle again?
Tears of the Kingdom.
Tears of the Kingdom. All
yeah,
right.
And a lot of people are talking about how it looks like it's just DLC for like the first game, because I've been hearing complaints of like. From the trailers that have come out, at least, so like, well, it's just the same world that they did before, but it also took them 6 years to develop. So I'm like,
not exactly.
There's gonna be way more. I mean, in the first game, there wasn't all these floating islands and stuff like that. Which also, to me, if there's floating islands that came up from the ground, that also means there's new underworld like caverns and stuff to discover. So. There's probably going to be like some changes to the like world that we know, but there's going to be a lot of new landscapes and stuff to discover, and mechanics too. I'm excited because how you use like certain things in the first game you don't use them like that in the new game, and you have like new powers and stuff like that. So I'm really excited about that.
There are other Zelda games that I always wanted to play too and never did, like that Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages.
Yeah,
Game Boy Color.
I've heard those are okay.
Those are going to be available on Switch.
Oh yeah, through the
Nintendo Switch Online.
Yeah, I do think if Nintendo wants to be that company again, that game and Mask,
Majora's Mask, need to be updated with modern graphics. Agreed.
Sure. Yeah, I think, I mean, it's also. Doing these remakes and remasters, because I know Nintendo is not the same as like all the other game companies out there. They're very specific into what they do, and so like I love these big Zelda games that come out, but if you're gonna take 7 years to make them, like in between, then yeah, let's get remakes of. The one that I started playing when I lived in Oakland. I had the that Wii that I got from Half Price Books. That got stolen, had Twilight Princess on it, and I started playing it. I didn't get very far, but then our house got broken into and the Wii got stolen. So I never played Twilight Princess. So that's another one that I've always wanted to play because I think the art style looks pretty cool in that one. But it was I played Skyward Sword like a year or so ago.
Yeah, those newer Donkey Kong Country games.
Yeah.
What is it called? The one that was like for Wii, and then there was one for Wii U. I think that got re-released on Switch. Those were hard. Dude, those games were hard. Like Tropical Freeze, I think it was called. But the original Donkey Kong Country, when I go back and play them, I used to play them all the time as a kid. But when I go back and play them now, they are a little difficult compared to other platformers. We played a little bit.
I remember. It was like right when I got my Switch.
Yeah, well, not too long after.
Because when I was considering doing Link to the Past, I was scrolling through their Super Nintendo stuff, and I did see a couple of Donkey Kong games. I was like, I haven't played those in a while. Maybe I'll check them out.
I think they have the original, the second one, and the third one. There were 3 on Super Nintendo from what I remember.
I think Derpy's favorite's Donkey Kong 64.
Never played that one.
That was the one that I did play.
Oh, you did play that one?
Yeah, I didn't play the Super NES ones when they came out. Sorry, my chair?
I want to say that they had to...
been, like, doing this all week.
Nintendo had to, like, make the cartridge have a higher capacity for that game, from what I recall, because there was so much on there. They couldn't hold everything. I think also the Super Nintendo one, too, also had the same thing. Rare just went all out on those games. Man, Rare, do you know Rare made Battletoads way back when?
Battletoads.
Before they did Donkey Kong Country and everything like that. Made one of my favorite games of all time, Battletoads. That game is extremely difficult.
What the fuck?
For NES. Love that game.
Battletoads.
It was like a clear Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles ripoff.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. This is just piggybacking off the success of Turtles. But I love, Battletoads, dude. That game is... You ever play that one?
No. Maybe once or twice. There was a cartoon, wasn't there?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, just like everything, it had probably toys. And you remember those crappy Tiger handheld games?
Yes. Yeah.
I remember having a Battletoads version. And those never lived up to the hype. They were always
never.
They would have like these like ridiculously cool looking like animations and cartoons and stuff on the packaging.
Yeah,
and then you buy them and it was like a watch.
A calculator.
Yeah, it was like a calculator or a watch, digital watch.
Oh man,
those sucked. I'm sure a lot of kids got their parents to buy those back in the day for like $15-$20 and just like basically useless.
Well, I enjoyed this video game conversation, but it's time to take a commercial break because, and I'm hoping, Pat, you can help me stretch out this next segment.
All right.
There's something that happened on Monday, and there's a follow-up to what happened, and I want to let you guys know about that here. But we're going to do a quick commercial break, and then we'll get into it.
Sounds good.
I'll see you guys in a second.
I'm Richard from Richard's Pet Wedding Facilities. And I give these stickers away at every pet wedding. The kids love them too. This bag from, what's his name? Wild Dinosaur? Weren't they all wild? What an oxymoron. Anyways, I like to put my special things in this bag. Plus, I'm pretty sure this is my spirit animal.
Life gave me lemons, so I sold them for this sweet baseball tee. All right, we're back. Don't forget to hit up wilddinosaur.com. It's the best place to support the channel. If you like what we do here, I want to help you out by looking cool. So buy a t-shirt. And, yeah. Anyways, Pat, earlier this week, I forgot that you were... time's been off because it's usually Fridays you're on these days. And you came on Monday. And there was something we were talking about on Monday. We were talking about how I was deeply in love with Starburst Summer Splash. The most delicious of all Starburst flavors.
Pretty much your favorite candy of all time.
Pretty much, yeah. I want to live the rest of my life in just a vat full of them.
Grape slushy, specifically.
Great. I'll take them all, to be honest. But, yeah. Grape slushy with the best.
Which is crazy because grape can't, like a lot of people don't like grape candies.
Yeah, that's weird.
Agreed.
No, to be fair, I used to not like the Jolly Rancher grape flavor because for some reason it was like a weird artificial grape that didn't taste grape.
It's its own thing.
Yeah, it was its own thing. Well, I have been milking this whole Starburst thing for the last couple of days. I cut out some shorts that were on Instagram and YouTube, tagging Starburst in them to let them know how much they mean to me and how much I think they'll solve world issues if they put this candy back into production. And in that episode, towards the end of the episode, I kind of thought about it, but I didn't even really put much effort into it. And then Pat, you mentioned, hey, why don't you just email Starburst? I was like, yeah, I thought about that. I'm an idiot. I should just do that. So we did it on air.
Yeah.
I sent an email.
It was pretty funny.
What was it? It was something along the lines of, this is the greatest candy ever invented.
Yeah.
I hadn't hit.
It changed your life.
I hadn't hit puberty until my late 30s, but that was triggered because of grape slushy Summer Splash, and also because of, not only did I hit puberty, but I also had my first intimate experience with somebody during a grape slushy session.
Was it a Starburst rapper?
A Starburst rapper? Yeah, I can't name them. I don't want to put their name out there like that. But any rapper who talks about Starburst was my first sexual encounter.
Yes.
And yeah, so we put this whole thing out there talking about how much we love them. We even wrote a song on our first New Pants record has a song called Summer Splash on there.
Yeah.
And that was 100% directly influenced by mass consumption of Summer Splash at that time. So anyways, a couple days go by and I received an email. I received an email from Mars Wrigley, North America. That America part came in at a weird time there because that
I can't believe they responded to your ridiculous email too.
So are you ready to hear this?
Let's hear it.
Okay.
Hopefully it's good news. Let's hear it. Just read it.
Thank you for contacting us about Starburst. We're glad to hear you love Summer Splash flavor, and we appreciate your interest in bringing this product back. Although many customers enjoy this flavor, we had to make the difficult decision to discontinue this product following decreasing demand.
What?
We're continuously evaluating our products based on factors such as consumer feedback, national sales, and ingredient availability. We'll share your comments with our marketing team. If you have any questions or concern, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. Kind regards, Christine, Mars Consumer Care.
Well, listen here, Christine. That's just not going to cut it. Where are the free bags? Where is the, Yeah, we appreciate your interest. It's a little more than that. Did you read the email? Did you read the details?
I'm now thinking a second email is in order.
Oh, absolutely.
Should I respond to this and should I say something, what was it? Something along the lines of national sales. She brought national sales into this. And I want to bring up the idea of, have you ever considered your marketing failed? Because
yeah, I never
saw one advertisement for them. I just saw them at the store, and I'm just such a Starburst aficionado that
It was like, what is this white bag of Starburst?
What is this? This is
Yeah.
crazy. So I was like, is this a bag of all mystery flavor?
So we have to say, like, you need to budget. I understand, sometimes marketing budgets can't be the easiest things to determine. There was no marketing.
Yeah,
this was just zero.
This was if we're gonna put Summer Splash in terms of marketing, if we're gonna compare the marketing to anything, I like movies, right? So I'm gonna put a comparison here. Summer Splash are the John Carter of candy.
Yes.
100% agreed.
Yeah.
The marketing behind John Carter was zero, or it made it look bad.
When we were talking about Mars as the Mars Corporation on
Barsoob?
Monday, we of course were calling it Barsoob.
Yeah, John Carter shout out. It's maybe the best Disney movie of the last 30 years. So yeah, I got the response from Mars, Wrigley, Starburst. It's all these companies just rolled in there. It's a real disappointing response. I'm not going to lie here, because
It was nice to hear back, but
look, I appreciate it. I've applied for a lot of jobs, and they hardly ever tell you don't have the job.
that
pisses me off.
There's one thing that our society is lacking, especially when it comes to the professional world.
Posting
and that is,
how much the job offer is, first of all.
yeah, what's up with that? That should be like first. That's very relevant information. They just don't want to tell you so that they can lowball you later.
Yeah, for sure.
There's 100% it. But
they don't want to post that it's minimum wage so they can hire you at under minimum wage.
Hey man, we joke, but restaurants actually do.
Oh yeah,
that.
no.
There might be a.
I've heard of. There are laws about
Yeah.
that in certain states, at least. But I have heard of restaurants trying to hire people under minimum wage because they're supposed to get tips. Bullshit.
Yeah, I agree, Jason.
Yeah, most post base pay can always go up. Yeah. Always do that. Always do that.
Yeah, it's amazing, and then also just not getting back to people.
Yeah.
You email somebody, it's like, how hard is it to respond to an email?
There's been a couple of jobs in the last handful of months that I've applied for that I found out I didn't get the job because like the posting was taken down or something like that, and I'm like, I shouldn't have to be doing this like backdoor research.
Yeah.
To find, because I did put out, and like I set the communication olive branch, like trying to talk to you about this. The least you could say is, oh, we moved on. That's all. Just be nice.
Just be nice. It's not even about being nice, like being courteous, be professional.
Yeah,
But-
well, you know what? Starburst is courteous and professional. They
are.
reach back, and you know what? I sometimes when you think about emailing a company, hell, they might not get back to you at all. And sometimes if they do get back to you, it might be weeks later. This was like a day later.
ingredient availability, that is that's the thing.
Yeah, you're telling me there's no grape slushy flavor out there? I know you're lying.
Ingredient availability, it's literally chemicals.
Look, Christine. Look, Christine. I know that all your flavors just come from like beetle powder anyways, or something like that. Like the anal glands of mice or something like that.
What do you think red number 3 is?
I'm just kidding. I just want to throw this out. I retract all those statements. I am not trying to defame Starburst at all. I don't think that they use weird animal products like that. Maybe they found out it's something not good. No, Starburst. If we're talking about Starburst Summer Splash, Jason, I'm sorry. There is no debate here. Starburst Summer Splash is the best candy ever invented, if that's what we're going with. Sorry, I know there's a little bit of a delay, and you might be responding to something else, but I get real defensive about Starburst Summer Splash.
Yeah, ingredient availability, though. I mean, that can't
Consumer feedback. Well, here you go. You're getting some of it. National sales, you stopped making it, so of course you're not going to have.
Can't buy it.
Yeah, well, it's not doing well because it's not for sale. Ingredient availability. Oh yeah, there's a chip shortage in China.
And again, we know that marketing is not. You can't say maybe the ingredient will. Well, Okay, then find a substitute. No, he's saying maybe the ingredient was not safe.
Oh,
Find a substitute. There got to be some other.
well, yeah, we are. I mean, that's why the chip shortage. Biden is trying to mine lithium, and is it lithium
Himself.
Yeah, himself, single-handedly.
Yeah. That's pretty impressive. So he's mining lithium. I think where is the biggest lithium producer? I think it's like Chile or
Chile.
Chile. I believe it is actually. It's somewhere in South America.
Yeah.
Because they need it for like electric car batteries.
But also, if this is a chip shortage thing, hey, maybe partner with Lay's.
Yeah, you probably already own the company. It's part of the same multinational corporation.
Mars Wrigley Lay's. It sounds like a law firm. The law firm of Mars Wrigley and Lay's. Oh man. So I'm still gonna buy your Starburst products, Christine. Sorry, I don't mean to sound condescending. I actually am very appreciative of your email.
You even have a case ID number.
Yeah, I do have a case ID number. This is great. Christine, are you single? If you want to get in contact with me, my case ID number is.
Yeah, you also better bring Summer Splash to the first date.
Yeah, that would be great. I'll buy dinner, but you got to just bring a little, even if it's just like a roll, like one roll. I'll be happy.
One sleeve.
One sleeve. One wizard sleeve.
Man. Summer Splash, yeah.
A Summer Splash, yeah. Where was your enthusiasm for that when we were doing vocals for the Summer Splash song? Summer Splash, yeah.
Hey, you didn't even tell me you were doing them. You just did them.
Scooby-Doo-Bop, Summer Splash, yeah. Little scat, yeah. Little skit, scat, skabobble.
Little skit, scat, starburst.
Oh, man. So, look, I'm going to... I think we need to draw this storyline out here on the podcast.
Oh,
this Starburst adventure. Look, next Friday, maybe we'll respond to Christine. It's gonna be. I'm gonna make her wait for it. It's like when you're trying to figure out a relationship and you're like texting back and forth and you're like, should I wait like a week? Yeah, this is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna wait like a week, tease her a little bit, and be like, hey, this is customer feedback.
Well, plus, we might have to. This one's going to be a little bit longer. This response, so we might have to.
Yeah,
we'll have to do a couple drafts.
Yeah, I don't want to do that live on air because I want this to really mean something. And also, Christine, I really want to make sure that we can go on our first date.
You need to get like an editor's perspective.
I really hope she's like 50 or like 70.
Perfect. I mean, either one is good. That's a good age for you. You're nearly there yourself.
Yeah, I'm nearly over the bridge. Yeah, so we'll have to come up with a new draft next week to maybe I should figure out polls on here and see if we can do a poll next week or something. What you
should do is find like some sort of candy subreddit and then start a poll. Hey, you guys know Summer Splash?
Yeah.
Let me get some customer feedback.
Well, here's the other thing is I know there's a couple people out there listening. I need you guys to help me out. I need you to get the word out there about Starburst Summer Splash. If you have social media, repost my stories from my YouTube channel. There's 2 of them. There's one where I read the first letter that I wrote to send them. And then there's another one where it's a kind of a quick cut edit where it's us just pleading to Starburst to bring it back. It's a good one. So if you repost those and tag Starburst in it, it really will help the whole cause. And honestly, it's content. It's good content. Now this might be Jon Does' first story arc. I honestly think it is.
This is your first story arc?
Yeah.
Oh, the other 104 episodes are just BS.
No. They're just like individual issues. They're like one-off comics.
Oh, I got you. This is an actual
arc.
Okay.
This is gonna go for multiple episodes.
This is a serial.
So I like let's all lean into this as a community. I need your help here. lean into the Starburst Summer Splash.
Right to your local congressperson.
Right to your just right to MGT. She's the only person that needs to know about this. She's from Georgia, right?
I think it's MTG.
MGT.
Yeah, I let you know because Magic the Gathering. Again, I hate her for stealing that acronym. Love that game.
Who are you talking about?
I can't think of anything clever to say here. I'm trying to come up with something witty. It's not working.
Because I was thinking of Mike Giant Tail.
Mike the Giant.
No, MGT.
Oh, MGT.
Yeah. I don't know who you're talking about.
More garden tacos.
Yeah. I really hope you. I need the Jon Does army to help me out here. Look, I know I ask for money all the time. Buy my stuff. But this is maybe the most important thing ever to ever have hit the most important podcast live stream in any platform. Jon Does. This might be the most important thing we've done. This might be the most important thing we ever do.
This could be John Saves the Universe.
This could be how we defeat Thanos and Kang the Conqueror and all the other Marvel villains and Black Adam, because why not throw him in there?
Yeah, just defeat bad movies.
Yeah.
Like this might save world hunger, might end bad cinema forever.
And also single-handedly revitalize the slushy industry.
Not that it really needs.
No, it did.
Do you
it
know
did.
what actually?
How many gas stations can you go into where the only two flavors are like cherry and like blue raspberry? Fine, blue raspberry is okay. How is there not more lime or lemon or like other?
I was just
awesome
about to mention
flavors?
that. I was just about to mention that. The last slushie one of the last slushies I had was so good.
Where was it from?
It was from the movie theater when we saw Avatar 2.
Yeah, that was good.
Mountain Dew slushy. Mountain Dew icy. Oh, man. Thank you. Thank you, Pepsi. You're doing something that Mars is not doing. And that's...
Oh, we're going after Mars now, Pat? We're trying to beg them to bring Starburst Summer Splash
Well, I'm saying
back.
that if they do...
Starburst Summer Splash flavored slushies at movie theaters. That's the ticket.
Well, they
have
them at Taco Bell. They have the Starburst ices at Taco Bell.
Do they?
Yeah.
I didn't know those were I didn't know those were Starburst.
Yeah, they had the Starburst cherry, or not? Yeah, they have the cherry and strawberry. The strawberry one was pretty solid.
I might have to try one of those.
I'm surprised you haven't already.
Yeah, well, I just didn't realize those were Starburst.
Oh, yeah,
I thought they were like, I don't know.
They have the Baja Blast one.
Yeah,
and then they have...
That's what I was kind of
they have that one, and then they have, I think, just like I believe they have Starburst Cherry and Starburst Strawberry.
And I called myself a Starburst aficionado.
Can you imagine if
Taco
Taco Bell had a grape slushy?
I would live at Taco Bell. We're basically there like twice a week anyways.
Yeah.
I would be there like 4 times a week. You need a hashtag. I did hashtag the shorts. I did at Starburst and I did hashtag them.
Hashtag Summer Splash.
It was hashtag bring back Summer Splash. Hashtag bring back Summer Splash.
BBSS?
That might be a little too long.
BBSS? Bring back Summer Splash.
BBC.
I mean, if you want to tag in that, nobody's going to stop you.
Big,
Cola.
bold cooler. The cherry cooler. That's the
That's
best.
right.
That's the best flavor. Best cherry flavor that Starburst has is those. Again, see, even their basic flavors, like, I don't like the cherry ones very much.
They don't normally even
I'll
have
eat
a
'em.
grape flavor, do they?
No, they don't. Actually, the only time I've had a grape flavored Starburst was in England. I went to England in like 2004, I think it was, and I bought a roll, and what was it? Instead of, I think it was yellow, pink. I can't remember if they replaced orange or red. I want to say it was red because that's my least favorite. Orange is my favorite of the regular packs, I should say.
But they put it a grape flavor.
But there was like a grape, or maybe it was like plum. I think it was like plum flavored, but it was like a really sweet. You could have confused it with like a grape.
I've had the plum one before. I can't remember what pack that was from, but that was solid.
Yeah, no, the plum one actually was from not the tropical. There was
another one.
There was another one.
See, they used to have all these variations. Now they have like the fave reds.
That's it.
Boring. The fruit punch is good. For sure. The fruit punch is one of the better flavors.
The craziest thing that they tried was those like swirlers or whatever they're called.
Those suck.
And they're just like worse versions of the original flavors.
Yeah. Yeah, those were pretty crappy.
The only ones out of those packs that I liked were the pink and the orange ones. But even those, like, I would just rather eat.
They're just they were like too sweet. There was something about
to me they tasted like too chemically. There was like too much of a chemically like taste to it.
There was some issue with them.
But anyways, look, that's it. That's the big news. We got Starburst responding. We have a definitive answer of why they haven't been back for the last couple of years, which is
I don't know. We have some excuses why they weren't back.
Well, in a business world, those flimsy excuses are definitive answers in the consumer world. It's disappointing news, but look, it's an uphill battle. But we're gonna get them back. We're going to get him back. If there's one hill I'm going to die on, it's this one. I promise you. So, but I can't do it. I can't do it without your help.
Splash.
Summer splash. Summer splash. Summer splash.
Summer splash. Hopefully by this summer, 2023, you will be seeing those wonderful white bags of Starburst on your shelves.
I would love for
your local store shelves
for summer 2023 to be the thing. I actually realistically I think summer 2024 would be a more appropriate, because even if we got them to say yes, they would still have to take a whole bunch of time to get them back in production.
Like an hour and 20 minutes.
Like an hour and 20 minutes. Look, it's been about an hour since we started this show. What do you think about ending it?
I mean, we got to go to Taco Bell and try one of those pink slushies.
Yeah, I got to go get a slushie.
Yeah.
All right. Well, don't forget Wednesday. There's no show Monday. I'm not doing Monday shows right now. Wednesday, I'll be back, and Wednesday is the big episode. This might be a bigger episode than the 100th episode.
Which we did do a sneak preview of one song on the 100th episode, if you want to check that out.
Yes, there is a sneak preview there. So if you're curious about where we're about to premiere for you guys, go back to the 100th episode towards the end of the episode there. I might have timestamped that, actually. I think I did timestamp it, so there should be the timestamp there for you to get to the end if you want to check that out. But yeah, we've got some other stuff we're premiering attached to the record. We're not just doing the listening party. We're premiering a couple other things. So join us Wednesday, and I'll mention that the Mandalorian episode had come out, but I probably won't talk about it too much. Anyways, hope you guys have a good weekend. Don't forget to check out wilddinosaur.com. It's the best place to support the channel. Buy some merch. Without giving too much stuff away, there's going to be some updates to the website throughout the year. I am working on new designs too. So I have a couple. Actually, I have one I need to show you.
All right.
And get an opinion on. Other than that, check out the link in the description. There's a link for you there to donate to Planned Parenthood, because I think it's a really good cause because of all the reasons. Anyways, have a good weekend, and I will see you on Wednesday. Peace out.